Render is about to explode and I will tell you why. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Doc and today's video I'm going to explain to you why Render is about to explode in the coming days and also give you my bull run top Render price prediction. So let's start this video off with what's actually going on with the Render price since my video last. So basically on last week's video on the 9th of November, Render was actually trading at like $5.10, and I actually said in that video, like these are the exact lines from that video, that Render had to break out from this range to meet the next resistance around like $7.30. As you can see, Render broke out, went straight to that resistance and got denied. So it was basically a perfect call. And again, at the end of this video, I will give you my short-term price prediction for the next week and my bull run top prediction, so you definitely want to watch till the end. But the other crazy part is that Render is actually forming a channel here, and basically the bottom is around like $6.40 or even a little bit lower, like $6.30. And I actually called at the top to wait for the bottom to buy, because when everybody was like screaming at the top, Render is going higher, higher, I actually posted this chart to my followers on Twitter to say don't even buy at 675 even though it was a good target, just wait for this range low around like $6.40 to be hit, and it actually got exactly hit, and from there it went up. So you also definitely want to follow me on Twitter. It's @TheRealDoc, but again, at the end of the video will remind you. But now, let's get on with the extremely bullish news which we received from Render this week. Because on November the 12th, the Render network actually tweeted, "Rendering on the Render network never looked so good. Otto X Paramount picks XD archive. We cannot wait to tell you more about it." Basically, they showed and announced the first official project created for Render and with a major studio, Paramount. Like, this is an incredibly big company, and they made the first ever project for Render, and there will be more information after November 18th. So this topic will be spoken about in next week's video, but also of course when they release the information it will be mentioned on my Twitter. But this is very big, like people don't understand. They're making project for Paramount, which is a major movie studio company, for Render. Like, imagine how much rendering this can bring and how much token burning this can bring as well. It's like getting more and more bullish for Render, and a lot of eyes will be on Render at higher prices. Like, it only gets better and better for Render. Like, so many announcements, so many partnerships, and on November 12th they just kept continuing, because 2 hours later, they actually said, "Great to be included in the Coinbase 50 index." So Render is being added in the Coinbase 50 index. This is basically the S&P 500 of crypto. This is something a lot of people had been waiting for. Like, this is crazy. Like, index funds are in stocks, the safest investments you can make, and now it's coming to crypto. And if we take a look at this short video, like introducing Coinbase 50 index, and like, it's gonna be so good. A new way to track the crypto economy, a new way to invest. This is like institutional money flowing in. And like it said, it's a market cap weighted index. So the higher Render gets, the better it will be for the index. Like, if Render does 2x from here, there will be 2 times more Render in this index. And as you can see, it has the top 50 eligible assets. This doesn't mean the top 50 crypto. No, the top 50 eligible assets. And as you can see, it's of course Bitcoin and all the crypto. But if you just take a look, like, we had to go a little bit back of course because it went too fast, but you could see Render here. So here you go, Render being added. So this is major news. But of course, this isn't even the only news that's coming for the next week. Like, I know it's already incredible, but let's move on. So the other big thing is on November the 20th, there will be the Nvidia earnings. So this is basically the biggest AI event of the year, and it has pushed Render a lot. Like, I made a Twitter post about it last week. Like, every time the Nvidia earnings comes close, Render and other AI coins accelerate. But what we're seeing right now is because we're in a bull run, it's a different vibe. First, Bitcoin, Dino coins like ADA, XRP Go, and of course meme coins, and then mid caps. And Render, of course, is a mid cap, so it's gonna explode very soon. And if Nvidia gets very good numbers and pumps, a lot of people like retail who's starting to buy right now will take a look at AI coins, and Render is actually doing incredible right now. Because if you take a look at the top AI and big data tokenomics, you can see the top coins, like especially in a bull run, it's important to be as high as possible on this list. And Render has passed Fed, is going to pass TO as well, because if you take a look at the weekly performance, only like NEAR is doing really well, like TOA is slacking, Fed of course with the FUD is slacking, Inch is not doing that great, but Render is doing really great. Even though hitting massive resistance, it keeps going up, and I expect Render to explode again. And then when we pass it to the top of the list, like NEAR will be a little bit difficult, but I think we can pass as well. Every major YouTuber will open this list, look at the list and talk about Render at the top. The name Render will be talked about, especially if Render keeps outperforming the other coins, and this is massive. Like, I'm expecting a lot from this Nvidia earning. We haven't really pumped as AI coins massively towards it, what we did in like the last 4 or 5 times. So this week I'm expecting a lot of pumps. Also today, like the price is 717. If we break the 750, we're going to 8-9, so it's gonna be wonderful. But again, more about my price predictions at the end of the video. And before we move to the second part of this video, which is my short-term and bull run top price prediction, if you want to buy Render, Bitcoin and over 1,000 other crypto coins while getting $30,000 in bonuses and welcome rewards as shown on screen, just go to the top of the description and click on the partner Bybit link. Once you're at the partner Bybit link, you will see my name and my referral code 41860, and you can get special tasks even to like deposit $100 and earn up to $50 in rewards. Like, this is like 50% more money, and of course again up to $30,050 in welcome rewards. So definitely don't miss out on these special tasks and major rewards. And also, this is the best way to support me for my free YouTube content and Twitter content. So as you can see right now, Render is actually forming a range again, and on the daily it's not that easy to see, but on the 4 hour is pretty easy. So if we take 2 horizontal lines here, we can just draw a line at the bottom, then again draw a line of the resistance, which is basically the close. So this is again massive. If we break from this, especially after touching 3 times, we could explode very high. But what are we also facing? So if we take a look at the weekly, we can see that there's actually a weekly resistance here, but I don't expect this to do much. Like, it would be stupid to like hit it 4 times and then just not push through, even though we actually hit this range. So I'm expecting just to go straight through it. But what would be the next big resistance in the short term? So let's take a look. So there's 2 things we can do here. We can take a look at the weekly levels. So we got this 10.8, we got this 7.68. If we take a look at the monthly levels, so this is crazy. The monthly level is actually also here. This is also massive resistance. You might not like it, but like, let's say the big resistance like this 10.1. Let's just say this big resistance is 10.1. And the craziest part about this, so if we go back to the daily, like, I know there's a lot of lines now on the chart and it's not really that favorable, but again, we're doing a short-term Render price prediction, so we have to give more details and a bull run top. And if we take the Fibonacci then and just go from the top, like, this is one of the best indicators to view like support and resistance. We just take it from the top and then go all the way to the bottom. I think the bottom is a little bit lower, but let's just take it like this. when you're actually drawing this, try to get like exact numbers. But as you can see, we have resistance at the 0.382, and the craziest part is, look at this, like the Fibonacci, like the golden pocket, which is basically between the areas 0.618 and 0.66. Look at this 10.15. It's basically the exact line of the monthly resistance. Like this is one major resistance, but this is also when we break through this and we break this 0.5, like this 0.5 will have some resistance, we can just fly straight to 10. It might not seem like that, but last week we flew straight from like 5 to like 7. So that's basically like 40%, and another 40% from here is actually 10. So it can go that fast. We're seeing major dino coins like ADA, XRP pumping 40% on the daily with bigger market caps. But again, what we need to do is break this resistance zone here and then break actually the 0.5. There might be small resistance, but if hype is good enough, we can just pump straight to it, to this 10 area. And this is where a lot of people will try to sell. So what could happen is we could pump to the 10 area and come back to the 8.5 to then continue. Like again, the uptrend is just gonna continue. Like this all-time high is gonna break. We're in a bull run, the golden bull run. We're seeing a lot of high caps and memes pump up really heavily, and mid caps and especially blue chips like Render are gonna pump very hard. And that was basically my short-term prediction. We need to stay in this range. Like losing this range, we could actually go lower. Like I didn't really speak about that, but if we lose this range like this 6.33, we could actually come back to like this 0.236, like the 5.83, but this would happen in like a liquidity grab, so really fast down up. The same thing we saw here. Like look at this, we were like at Render at that same resistance, like this is like 7.50, come back to like 5.57 the next day, literally the next day, pump from 6.8 to 10. Like this is how fast it can go. Like a liquidity grab, people always get scared here, but this is actually needed to like liquidate longs and just send it harder. So this could happen, but with the amount of pumps we're seeing the last couple of days, I expect first up and then down, maybe even liquidity grab to this zone, like back to this zone and continue up. But yeah, this is my short-term price prediction. Stay in the range, break out the range, meet the resistance, get denied, pump through, or liquidity grab down and pump up again. But again, we're starting a bull run and it's going to be massive. So let's continue with my bull run top price prediction. So the Fibonacci for the bull run top is actually a great indicator because it actually shows major resistance but also possibilities. Like the first thing that will happen when we break all-time high is we go to the 1.618, and even with Sui, like a coin which is pumping very hard, we just saw it went straight to the 1.618 to the 2.168. It's actually at this area, but it's actually going to the 3.618. Like this is really possible. Like a lot of people see this as major levels, but Sui has a way higher market cap and is just going straight through these levels. 4.618 is actually a very good bull run top indicator if we don't go parabolic. Like if we go up, break all-time high, go through this, get denied here, pump to this as a top, a lot of people will sell here, like 50 is a magic number, but if retail is here, market makers cannot stop it. Like there will be so much buying pressure that they have to let it go. And then of course the targets go way higher. But again, we will talk about it once we're in this area. Like it will be very important to raise the target once we're here at like this all-time high up area. But again, what is needed to go to that 50, and especially what is needed to go to that 13.62? Like if we take a look at a downtrend, like this is a massive downtrend which got broken again. So we take the trend line here, and then what we do is we take the top, we hit 3-4 points, and then we can see like 1, 2, 3, 4 always have like at least 3 points, and then you can see this massive downtrend is actually being broken. Like it couldn't close here. Look how good the resistance is. We didn't close here, we got denied, we're still here. Like a close above this downtrend will be massive. A lot of people will long this, and this could be incredible, just like we posted last week. So if we take a downtrend here, this is the one we posted last week. Look at this, 4 points here, and we broke it last week, literally during last week's video, and it went just straight up. And this one is way bigger. As you can see, the first resistance we get here is actually this 10 area. So we break this, we can pump through this area, and once this area is claimed, all-time high. And again, from all-time high, these levels are the ones we have to look at, because a lot of sellers will also look at this. This 20 mark will be a lot of selling pressure, 30, 40. It's actually, this doesn't happen a lot. That is exactly almost rounded numbers. Like this is literally not on purpose. Like normally it's not, like it's basically the all-time high times a number. So, but yeah, this is my bull run top price prediction. This 50 mark, like this 30 between 50 area. But of course, if we get a parabolic run, if we go straight through this 1.68 to the 2.168, it's going way higher. Like if this area doesn't seem to have any resistance, we're gonna pump higher. But again, for now, the short-term price prediction is really important. And again, next week there will be another video updating you about the market and also the next price prediction for the next week. So you definitely want to subscribe to this channel. And I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video if you did. Also, follow me on Twitter @TheRealDog if you want to be updated about Render, the crypto market, and want to know when bullish things appear. Also, subscribe to this channel for more crypto content and YouTube. Until next time.